scepter, because when it went through them, the current, they could then discharge the ankh. But unless you ground it out with the scepter, you were fried on the spot. So the ankh was just part of a duality of electromagnetic energy sources. It was like the Merlin's rod and so on like this, which you still have vestiges of in history. That was the use of the ankh, but not without the scepter.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
And you know, too, it's interesting, too, Brother Maurice, that England during World War II and stuff, they used interceptors. These Spitfires that would go and intercept some of the German Luftwaffe. Interceptor comes again because you had to intercept the energy that you would draw from the sky in order for it to be used and not hurled and not fry you up. You had to use an interceptor. So even words we use now, we don't even understand the root word of it and where it came from.
Wow. Wow, interceptor. I dig that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's amazing. Let us, well, I don't know what to say about that one. I'm going to just move on to our next call, and that's going to be area code 504.
Hello, can you hear me?
We surely can, and we're listening to you.
Thank you guys both for coming back. I do understand you do need a vacation sometimes, so I'm not too upset that you guys left. But I have two questions. One is about, there's a movie coming out called Prometheus. I don't know if you've seen it. These people, they go to this planet, and it's before Aliens came out, and they go to this huge ship, and it's a big black face, and they go into these things, and this black substance is turning the whole crew crazy. I don't know if that's what maybe you were talking about, that thing where they went to Norway or what have you. I just want you to talk about, I don't know if you've seen that movie or anything about it, but you should check out Prometheus. And the second thing I want to ask is about the Coney thing. And do you think that when the guy went crazy and went naked on the street, he was kind of the fall guy for that? That's all I wanted to know.
Well, I'm not sure I know which guy you're talking about, naked on the street and so on and so forth. They have another movie coming out, too, called Sanctum. I have not seen either one yet. Hopefully I'll get to see them very soon. But, yes, everything is being revealed now, and the best way to reveal it is through movies. The best way to reveal it, because some people are not even reading books anymore, they're going on the Internet. So the faster you can disseminate information, the better. And a movie gives you the whole version. The problem with movies is that they have directors and producers and actors, and they will always give it a slant that's a little bit away from the real, just enough to not get in trouble with their own Illuminati who run Hollywood and everything anyway. But they still have to kind of tell you what's happening, because it's now, I don't even understand why, because they see, but this seemingly is one of the traits. So I would say, no, I have not seen that yet. But they also have a couple of videos now, and I think one of them, not Beyonce, I think it has Rwanda, the woman from the island, and she's black with tar-type substance all over here. Always look to what they reach to the minds of the young, and then you can understand when they also reach to the minds of the older. Everything now is being revealed. Black is the color of my true love's eyes, and black is a melanin, and melanin is dark matter, and that's where we're about to go. We're going to go to an Oort cloud of dark matter when we cross that dimension, mark my words, and that's not but about 10 months away. Therefore, up to this time, you can expect to hear and see anything.
All right. Well, the guy from Coney, the one who put that video out, he was the one that was running around naked, screaming about iPhones and Siri and the devil and stuff like that. But I just kind of thought it was strange that when people started criticizing him and figuring out it was, pretty much a scam, all of a sudden he went crazy like that. But that's all I want to say. Prometheus actually is a prequel to Alien, and it comes out in June. But
Alien is re-released again, or a different form of Alien movie this time, huh?
No, it's supposed to be a prequel to the Alien movie. I'm sure they'll re-release it, again when this one comes out. But I saw that on the trailer, and I was like, good Lord, it's like you said, they're just telling everybody. I mean, if you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, there's still always going to be dumbed down, comatose, brainwashed, inoculated, vaccinated, encrypted individuals, but let's hope you don't mingle among them, because to be amongst them now would be almost to to go to hell. It would be rough to stay here with that kind of a vibration.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Blair. Thank you.
Thank you again for your call.
Yeah, thank you for calling. You know, that whole situation with the gentleman's name was Jason Russell, who created the viral film, a 30-minute long viral film about the wrongdoings of Joseph Kony in Uganda. And it went viral amazingly fast, one of the most watched pieces of film in internet history. I think it had like 100 million hits in a week. Wow. And you know, celebrities and all types of folks took to the cause of making the name of Joseph Kony a public issue and trying to get the government involved. And next thing you know, they start realizing that the organization that he founded wasn't the most upfront when it came to the way that they spent their monies. Next thing you know, he's out ripping and running in the streets naked.
See, now I missed that one.
Like months to recover.
Thank you for being intellectual enough to know that one. I blew that one, and I must be one out of 101 million. I'm the 101 that didn't know about it. So that one I blew.
Oh yeah, I mean it's amazing that they brought this whole thing up, and of course, they even had the Prime Minister of Uganda talking about how they might actually be making the situation worse by trying to bring it up because the guy's been gone out of their country for years. But, you know, I think the bottom line, you know, when you follow the money, you start to realize that they realize that Uganda actually has a significant amount of oil that they're sitting on. So,
yeah.
So, who knows where it all goes.
Follow the trail long enough, you might find the train. It always leads to money, and that's when their left brain. Yeah.
I might need to write that one down later on. I'm going to ask you about that one.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so let's go to our next caller, and that's going to be area code 803. 803, you're on the air.
Yes, hi, Dr. Blair.
Hello. Uh-oh, did I get cut off again?
Create a blessing.
No, you're on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Creator bless you, too.
Did you have a question for Dr. Blair?
I guess not, huh? I don't know.
803, did you?
Yes,
803, did you? You're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Is there a distinction that you could identify the Dracons?
Oh, if you saw a Dracon, you could identify it. And in fact, if you notice at the Grammys and also at Super Bowl, when you had Nicki Minaj up there, you know, she's obviously part of the Illuminati too. And they had a ritual that they performed for 8 minutes on one and 12 minutes on another. And they had the audacity to bring you even the colors red, blue, green, red, black, green, and she even levitated at the end of it. That was there. And then those last robe figures are supposed to be Dracons. That's why they hide their face. And these were high caste Illuminati. They even brought that out. You tell me what isn't being brought out now.
Wow. Okay, so the red, black, and green is a distinction of how you can identify them and with them covering their faces?
Well, there are colors there. I don't want to get into all that. There are certain colors for certain degrees of consciousness. But many of these reptiles were present at these rituals, and that's why they had to cover it, because they don't even look human. It would have frightened some people.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Blair.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, thank you for calling. You know, Doc, maybe after we come back from our next commercial break later on down the road, I'll share with you some of the interesting things that we were able to see when we were in the UK. I mean, when I tell you that symbolism and those images were just literally jumping out of the cracks and crevices all over the place, it was. And, oh, by the way, let me make this clear. That was, for the past 2 weeks, it was not a vacation. We were actually on work duty, and we were across in the UK with a host of lectures and seminars with Dr. Pookrum. So, you know, everybody wanted to call up and say that say I was on vacation. I'll take it. But, you know, if it was vacation, I'd probably be, you know, kicked back a lot more. But
yeah, working vacation, huh?
So we'll let that stay right there. So our next call is area code 917.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Doctor, just to add to that, the guy with the movie, I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to look that up, but I also heard a couple of days ago that Tila Tequila, she's a reality TV star or something like that. I don't know. She was on MTV. She tried to come out and expose the Illuminati in the music industry, and she had an aneurysm and a stroke. So just to be careful if anybody getting a little limelight or anything like that comes out against them. But Dr. Blair, I have a question for you. When you were doing past life regression, what were some of your past life experiences, and did you ever find out why they were shown to you? What was the purpose?
Well, I didn't go into my past lives. I worked through a licensed hypnotherapist, and because I had the gift, I've always been able to do that without that. My training was not at that, but I did work under a licensed hypnotherapist. And with that in mind, of course, I would regress people. I didn't even know what regression was until one day I found out I was working with the person and they crossed over on me. And then I said, whoa, what is this? So then I said, okay, now let me go study. And I've gotten out of the field also of hypnosis since that time because I found that there's some dangers involved with that one too. But either way, if we are old souls, if we've lived many times, if we all have karma and dharma, then this would be a way of saying locked in that right brain somewhere, and some way or another when you can access it is probably an eon, I don't even know what words to use, of locked up information that we only access when we come into the physical, but it's in our metaphysical consciousness. The souls know all, but the souls have to experience on different planes to express all that they know because we chose to leave the universal creator's mind and become on our own. So I think, again, sometimes, what do they say, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Sometimes angels go too far out again, and they're something to dread. It's always a time now where we can begin to see that there's more to this consciousness than what we think. And it only shows one big thing to me, that we are souls in a body. We're not bodies in a soul. We're souls experiencing physical matter so we can learn better how to deal with that as we ascend.
Yeah, as far as leaving the Creator, I think we're here to learn the lessons. I don't know if it was our choice to leave. But can you recommend somebody in the New York area as a hypnotist or maybe past life regression specialist?
Oh, not really. I'd have to think about that. I know a lot of people in New York. One doesn't just hop out, but I'm sure the people I know or people that I know who could probably tell me about that. I'd say kind of stay tuned to us, not tonight because we won't have time. I'll be in New York, by the way, too, May 6th to about the 15th. We're getting some lectures booked up and assigned there, too. But right now, no. But I can probably find that out if you email me, or for better than that, let's talk sometime and we can kind of see. Right now, no.
Definitely. May 6th? Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Let's take our next call, which is from area code 337.
Yes. Hi. How y'all doing this evening?
Doing fine, and hope you are too.
I'm doing great. I noticed on some of your older episodes you talk about because we have a soul, we're able to travel and see other planets and different things. I was wondering how you go about doing that. Would it be through astral projection and lucid dreaming?
Well, I'm not a master of it, but I think those are two words or phrases we use, astral projection and lucid dreaming. You might also put in there remote viewing. As I say, the poor man's astral projection is the rich man's remote viewing. And, of course, lucid dreaming, I think, can be done a little bit more in terms of transferring consciousness. Usually lucid dreaming, well, I would say this again, they're all sitting on the same trail. It's just that one, when you can completely switch over all your consciousness, then you can actually travel and you become pale to the physical body, but very much alive in the astral or mind spirit body. It's just that the souls here are encased in matter, Prakitya as he used to call it, and therefore sometimes we forget that our souls are not bound in that. We're just encased in matter right now to learn lessons.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And by the way,
so, yeah.
that monatomic gold, I'm sorry for interfacing there. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that monatomic gold is an excellent vehicle for doing any of